little cars, and I've got them here. We're just going to create models, very simple, low poly car. And I'm using a reference image that I got it from the page Behance, and I'll put the link in the description because this is not my image, and it's by Simon Gluck. And yes, you can download and use this as a reference. We're going to create actually in a different folder, a different file. So let's just create a new file. Then we can bring this, and I'll show you how to bring the model into our scene. Okay, so I'm just going to go on File, New. Get rid of the cube for now. Go to your front view by pressing 1 on your numeric keypad. Go to Add, Image, Reference, and then you go and find the car image. Okay, so in the image here, if you click the image there, which is called data, press the opacity, tick opacity, and then bring it down. Just click and hold down, bring it down. And also I'm going to press G to move in Y out of the way. So, and I'm going to take that as I'm just going to move a little bit and put that in the middle there. This bar here. I'm really not modeling this car. I was just using a little bit as a reference in terms of getting the proportions right. Where things are, where the wheels are, just having a general idea. It's always good to work with references there. And take my X-ray on, turn on, go down here and just kind of get where the door is, that kind of up to half of the car there, and then scale. So you kind of would place it there. Okay, all right. And then I come here on the side. Let's just have a look. I'm just probably going to scale a little bit that way as well. And Tab key. If you have all this, if you have the loop cut selected, you're going to get all those things. And instead of coming back here to select box, you can press W. Yeah, so that's the shortcut for that. Anyway, so let's just select this face selection now. Go back to my front view, which is number 1, and your keypad, and then press E to extrude. Okay, so I'm going to extrude. I'm just blocking out the shape. I'm just going to go all the way down here. Yeah, and then select the front one, press 1 again, press E, or E is here as well, extrude. So press E, go there at the front. Okay. Right, okay, so now I'm going to go to the top one, those last 2 ones, and then press E, and I'll press Z because I want to make sure that I'm going up only in Z, right? And I get to this point here. And then with my vertex selection, I go and click select those, box select, and then G, and just move them, kind of give overall shape. This one I'm going to move that way actually. And this one I move down, just blocking the shape, yeah. So this one I'm going to move this way and that way. Okay. Actually, I don't want to move this way. I want to keep this one straight because that's where my window is. You see? And I'm going to add a loop cut in the middle here. So now, as you see, because I changed the shape, so when I add a loop cut, it follows the new shape. So what you need to do here, with your vertex selection, you press scale, and now in this case, I want to scale in Z, and scale it down, come here to this little window here, and press 0, and then they all aligned, okay? Then I can come here, and then move this way, and move this forward a little bit, move this one down. Okay, so now I have the kind of cubic shape here, and I want to kind of add some cuts so I can have this gap for the wheels. So I'm going to add one more here to kind of this area here. Okay. And then I want on the side, I want this one up to there, which is good because it works for my window as well. I want click and hold and bring it, move to this one. I want the one, you see I'm looking at the window there, and the one over there. This, I want a kind of a little cut here in this window, so I'm going to add another one here. And then press W, I'm just going to move this, select, and then G, move that way. And then another one over there. And I want one here as well. And then W, select this, press G, and move in X. And I'm also going to move the top. Be careful, make sure they are not overlapping. So I need to get closer to find out if they're overlapping and then spread them around a little bit. So here I have too many that close together and I don't need those. I think I'm looking at the other side. Right, okay. So the other thing we want to do first now, we want to actually cut the car in the middle. And I want to work with half of the car and the other half I will apply a mirror modifier that will copy the rest. So I only need to worry about one side of the car. So come to Tab key again, press loop cut and add a loop cut right in the middle there. Okay. Now I go to your side view, or press number 3, go to your face selection, X-ray on, box select an entire, just press W, an entire half, and delete those faces. Okay. So now I have half of the car, which is going to make my life a lot easier. So, right, so I can just tidy up this bit now. I want to try to see what's going on here. It's on the other side there, that's why. So select those two. And then scale, and if you put 0, they will align, 0 in X. And then I can move them. Just want to make sure they're aligned. And probably those two as well. Okay. That was my mistake because always good to box select, right? Because I had the other side of the car. So I'm just going to bring those here, there, and that's it. Okay, so now let's make those cuts where the wheels are. Okay, so I might add one more here, one more loop cut here at the front. So there you go, there. All right, so in order to cut those wheels, we're going to use a Boolean. First, let's add a mirror modifier so I can show you. Search mirror, and I don't want to mirror in X, so let me just turn this off. You see, I want to mirror in Y, and I also want to add a clipping on. That means they're going to join in the middle there. So they're not going to be overlapping. So if I press edit mode now, turn off this one, the X, you only want in Y. And you can scale a little bit as well. Oops. In object mode, you can scale, make it thicker. So when you see, you only work on one side here, right? And not the other side. Everything else is going to be repeated. I have some kind of, I don't know what I did here, but I seem to have scaled at the front here. Never mind. I just go to my front and then G, there you go, bring it back here. Okay. So now I'm going to add a loop cut here on the side as well. There. Yeah, because I will shape this bit at the front and the back. Let's get those cuts done. So go back to object mode. I'm going to add a new object, which is going to be a cylinder. And for my cylinder, click here. I want maybe 24 would be good. Yeah. And then press R to rotate and rotate in X. And then move a little bit and come here to the angle and just put 90 degrees. Go to my front view, X-ray, S for scale, and scale down. G, move it down, scale, and just place where the gap is. That would do. I'm going to make it slightly smaller. Yeah, that would do. And then I want to make sure that it's going across and it's bigger than the car in Y. So because I wanted to use as a cut. Okay, so that's it. That's done. Now I'm going to Shift D and press X so I move it only in X axis. Bring it down there. So I have to turn off the X-ray so you can see that in a moment. So I'm going to select two cylinders and then I'm going to join them together. Okay, good. And I'm going to use a Boolean operation. So the Boolean means that I'm going to use those cylinders, subtract them from this guy. Okay, so let's just add a modifier, Boolean. And then Boolean's asking me, what do you want? Intersect, union, or difference? I want to subtract, so there's a difference. So what object I want to subtract from? This one. So you click that, boom. You don't see yet because the cylinder is still there, but if you turn off the cylinders, you can see. And what I want to show you here, if you move, let me just go down, select the cylinder for now. And if you go down, object properties, go down to viewport display here. And here you put display as wire. Just want to see, so it's not shading, it's just showing as a wireframe. If you move, press G and move, it will update the mesh. Yeah. So the Boolean, until it's applied, it's non-destructive. Okay. So Control Z because I want to go back there. So now let's have a look. Am I happy? Yes, I'm happy. So I select the car and I apply my Boolean. Okay. Now the cylinder is still there, but you can turn off. So now, if you move those cylinders, it's not going to update anymore. Yeah, it's applied now. It's okay. So I have this. I have some gaps there. And now what I want to do, I just want to turn off the mirror for now. So just you click here in the mirror because I just want to be working on this one now. So I have this gap. I have to fill in those. Okay. So let's go to edit mode. And I'm going to my edge selection. Press W. Alt. So you select the entire area there, and then Shift Alt select those edges there, and then you're going to extrude them. E to extrude, and then press Y because you're extruding in Y. Bring up to here. If you click that back on there, and then press G, and you keep moving, it will connect because it's got clipping on. It would meet in the middle. Okay. So I turn off the mirror for now. So now that I did that, I must have double vertices that they are not joined together. So what I'm going to do, select A, and I go to Mesh, Merge by Distance. And it says here it's removed for vertices. So anything within this distance will merge together. So make sure the distance is quite small, depending on what scale you're working on. But, you know, I'm sure now I don't have any double vertices. They join now together. Okay. Right, okay. Okay. Good. It's looking good. So let's go here and edit mode again. And I'm going to go to my, maybe I go to my edge selection. I'm going to select those edges here. And I'm going to move them in. Move them in a little bit. Kind of gave a little bit of a shape there. And the same thing at the back. Okay. Right. Now, I want to create some windows there. Do I have a loop cut in the top here? So let's just see. I want a loop cut there where the beginning of my door is at the top there. So I'm just going to create one here now. And maybe I bring this one down here. Okay, this is rough. Just using as a base. So I'm going to have that one, this one, and those two windows, this area here. And I'm going to press I or insert faces, which is here as well. Okay, so I'll click here and I'm going to insert a little bit. You have to be careful, look, because I am overlapping. You have to be careful not to overlap. So insert a little bit. Okay, it's not really anywhere near I'm not very precise, not being precise here, but you know, as I said, this is kind of a quick reference here. I'm not really following exactly the car. So I'm just going to move those a little bit this way. That way. Okay, so this guy is here. I want to move here. Okay. Okay, so I will leave those as they are because I want to kind of low poly, so it's just the general shape. So now, X-ray again. Now I'm going to select those, Tab key, and face selection. I'm going to select this, and Shift select those, and then I will do an extrude, E to extrude, and move in and press Y. So you make sure you're only moving Y. Just go a tiny bit there. Fine, that will do. Okay. If you look at it, that's what we have. Okay, that's all we need. Now I want to select this bit as well. Maybe this part is a bit too thick here, so I'm going to select those guys here. Just going to select those, just the side ones, and I move in a little bit. Okay, and don't forget this one. So now I want to do the same thing with this ones. So at the front one, I'll show you. So if you insert again, look what it's going to do. It's going to create this edge here, which I don't want. So I just turn off boundary here. Yeah. So, and then we're going to do the same thing with this one. Insert. And this boundary is already unclicked. So, sorry. Yeah. And then, of course, I want to extrude and then go in. So what I want to do here, I undid. So here, sorry, redo. I was here and I want to extrude, but I want to extrude along normals. Yeah, because it's the direction of this, where it's perpendicular. My normal is perpendicular to this face, and I wanted that direction. So if I do this, I know that I'm going in. The only problem I have here is when I do that, it creates that face over there, which I don't want. I don't want anything in the middle, but I just select that and I delete that face. The same, let's do it here. So now I have here, you click and hold, you have extrude along normals, okay? So then you have that yellow thing, go down, push down a little bit, and that's it. And then select this and delete. Okay, great. Let's have a look what we have. Yes, let's bring back our mirror, and I think this is okay. So it's just kind of a bit thin. Scale in object mode, yeah, scale up a little bit. We can see with our scene how thick it's big. I mean, you can use those as well in order to see if you can bring the same image to the side view or to the top view. Actually, I think I have one in the top view. So press 7 on your keyboard. So you have to go to your top view. And then you can come here, add, and then to add the same image, make sure it has exactly the same size, or you just duplicate the one you've already have, which I have here. And I moved the image here where I could see the thick, you know, how wide my car is, and it seems all right. So a little bit like that. Okay, can turn off that one. Okay, so what we need to do now is the wheels. Okay, let's get that. Okay, I made some adjustments here at the top. And yeah, keep adjusting the way you like. And now let's get the wheels done. So I'm going to add another cylinder and then rotate again in X only by 90 degrees. And then scale down. And just bring it here. So just going to press G and move this way and also scale in Y. Just go to my front view. Well, this one is actually my left view. Just put it there, somewhere here. Okay. So X-ray on. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to select tab key to my edit mode. Select that face there in the front, and then inset. So go inset. I'm going to inset like somewhere there. And then actually I'm going to do a loop cut right there. There. To separate from the tire. So I'm not doing all these details. Yeah, I'm just going to just as a reference now. So, okay. So I have that. Okay. So what I want to do here, I just want to create some of those gaps there. So selecting to jump to, select to jump to. Okay. And then E to extrude. And then in Y. So make sure you do that. Okay. And I want to kind of make it smaller, the inside bit. So what I can do, if you come here to, if I scale now, it's going to scale everything in the middle there. I could do that as well. But I just want to scale them separately. So I can come here and do my individual origins. If I scale now, it's going to scale each one individually there. See that those selection individual. So I'm going to move a little bit that way. Okay, I think, let's have a look. Yeah, that would do. I'm happy with that. I'm just going to come here and then put a matte cap. And the matte cap, I'm going to put, just put cavity on so I can see that properly a little bit better. So now what we're going to do, I move some of the edges here and then some of the, just to kind of follow a little bit more. I want to get that lamp at the front lamp and the back one. So this is, I'm just going to do whatever I feel like here. So I'm going to select those faces there, the front. And actually at the back as well. So in this one, that will be the light. Yeah, and that one as well. So I'm going to select those, duplicate, Shift D to duplicate, and then press S so it goes back, escape, to go back to the same place where it was. And then with the right mouse button, you go to separate selection. So that means it's going to create a new object. Yeah, so it's car one is an object. So let's go out of this car, and now I have another one. I'm going to my car, and I've adjusted here some of the lines here. Yeah, just to kind of see what I want from my front lamp and the back lamp. So I'm going to tab key and select. I'm going to select those ones, and I'm going to select those ones at the back, and I'm going to duplicate, Shift D, and then escape to go back to the same place where it was, and then with the right mouse button you go and separate selection. That creates a new object, yeah, separate from the car. So if you go back to object mode, so you have the car here and you have those called car one. Okay, so tab key, and so as soon as I cut, it starts giving me all this kind of weird artifact, and that is because it's both faces are overlapping and they're trying to occupy the same space. So I just want to bring it here. Let's sort this out now. So press W, press W and select this, delete, select that one, delete. So so now I select all and I come down here, the bottom here, and there is this key there. There's shrink and fatten and push and pull. So I'm just going to use the push and pull. Select all and then push a little bit. Okay, it's not in the same place. Okay, so let's just do the back one. It's very easy. So I'm just going to select those and going to inset, press I to inset. And then insert here. Maybe scale a little bit. Extrude. Okay, so Control Z, I want to extrude along normals. Okay, follow the direction of the faces. Here you go. That's done. So this one, I can make it round a little bit. So I'm going to here, going to select those and select those vertices there, and I'm going to turn on my this one, the proportional editing. I'm just going to press G. Let's see what's going to happen. Just want to make it round a little bit. Okay, there. Okay, so I can turn off now, and I'm actually going to bring a little bit this way. Okay. Right, okay. Tab key, and I'm going to select those. If you press Control and then come here, Control and select all of them, inset again, bring them in. Okay, and then extrude along normals out like that. I think it's a little bit too big, so tab key again, select. If I select this now, because I have front and the back, they're all part of the same object, so but I can select only the connected one, so Control L, and then you select all the ones that are connected. And now I'm going to scale in Z. Okay, got it there, right? Okay, so we have that. I mean, it's going to be quite far away, so we won't see a lot of it. So this one is just like a cube, yeah, extruded a cube with subdivided and then extruded those bits. So you can do that. And for this one, for the mirror, I'm just going to add a cube again. So that's it. And this one here, I'm actually going to add a modifier called bevel modifier. It's not the same bevel as the other one. So, and then just to create some, maybe if I do 2, and you can see, create like that. I mean, if you're going to get closer, then you can start giving detail, but I'm just going to rotate as well. And then place it there. And that's it. Done. So I'm going to connect those, shift, connect that one and shift, join. And I need to join them with the car, because when I join them with the car, the mirror will be there. So let me just turn back the mirror on. It's there. So now I'm going to go and select this, select the car and join. Remember, I have to select the car last here, so the mirror is stay there. So select this and the car and join. Select the wheels. Actually, I'm going to join 2 wheels first. Join, and then I will join them with the car. Join. So we have the wheels there. Okay. So the other thing I want to do is to create some detail here at the front. Edit mode. Select that. Shift D to duplicate. Escape. And then separate selection. Then go back to object mode, and now you see it's created a new object here. I'm going to delete that mirror there, and I'm going to edit mode. I'm going to subdivide this a few times. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to move a tiny bit. Okay, so now tab and going to select those. Insert, extrude in, insert, extrude out. Okay, so just gonna create some. Okay, so then I'm gonna add solidify just to give some thickness to it. Something like this. And then apply. and then set origin to the center of the mouse. So I just bring it back a little bit. There. Okay. And then I will then combine, join with the other one. So we have that. I'd like to apply some materials. And so I didn't create any. So let's go and just create some materials. We're not worried about colors or anything right now. We're just going to assign some materials because then we will change according to our color palette that we're going to create. Anyway, so now they're all in one object, yeah? But they're all separate objects belonging to one kind of the car object. So let's go here first and create a new material. So you go down to your material tab and create a new material. And let's call it this one, for example, car body. Just put any color for now. Kind of bluish kind of thing. Now, if we go here, everything has been applied with this car body color, right? So let's go to tab key. I'm going to show you how it works because this is it gets student confused many times. So here I'm going to have a list of materials that will belong to this car. Okay. So I want to select, for example, let's select the windows. Okay, select all the windows and we're going to create a new material here. That's going to be new car windows. Okay. Then I'll just put any color now. And then I'm going to assign. Yeah. So everything had the car body and now I have to choose another one. So this here is getting the list of materials that are part of this car. So let's create another one. So new, and I called car light, car front light. Okay, I'm just going to leave that white. So, and then I'll come. Oh, I think my light is, I didn't put it in as part of my car. So separate at the moment. Never mind. Let's go back to object mode. I think this is separate. Oh yeah, I forgot to put it together. So select the light, select, and then join. There you go. So now I go back to it. And now again, I want to select only the light. Go to Control L, which means select, which is actually here. Select linked. And I'm going to go in car front light and I'm going to assign. Okay. I'll do the same thing with the other one. Control L and then go here and assign. Okay. So maybe here, those ones I need. Let's just create some, let's create the backlight here. Car red light. And I actually put some red at the moment. There you go. Okay, and then I will click those, Control L, and I just assign the red light. Okay. If you're going to have a close-up, then you can worry about doing different materials around the light and everything. For the wheels, Control L now. Control the wheels here. I don't want to include the tires, but what I'm going to do, I'm just going to select all of them. Shift, Control L, and then you just press Shift, and then Control L again, and then I should have done that before I actually applied the mirror, but never mind. Shift, Control L. So let's create a new one here, and I'm gonna call metal wheel, car wheel, whatever. Okay, so I'm just gonna put that some kind of gray for now, and then I'm gonna assign. And then for the tires here, alt select the faces like that. So just select those, okay? And then you Control plus, you expand your selection. So right here. So deselect the whole thing. I'm not worried about the internal part. Now I'll create a new one. Car tires. And then I'll make a kind of really dark gray here. And then I assign. Okay, so I have to do the same thing with the other. So let's do it again. So I'm just going to create this one and new. I'm just going to put Chrome, maybe. I just call it Chrome. And I don't know, that color. And then I will assign. Don't forget the other side. Okay. So if you want to add something different here, maybe in this one, Control L, you add the Chrome one, fine, assign. Okay. So that's it. So I have my car ready, and I'm going to delete anything else that I don't need it, even including the image. So delete everything. So you only have that car. I'm going to just call car 1. Okay. And this one now, I'm just going to create the variation of the same car. So it's kind of more like a little van. It's going to be very easy. I'm just going to adapt this one. So I'm just going to duplicate this car. Shift D. Put it somewhere. Press in X, just there. And I'm going to come here and go to edit mode. What I'm going to do here with the X-ray, maybe my selection there, what I might do is just bring this just pull some vertices, and then you suddenly have a complete different car. Okay, let's have a look. That's all I want to do now. Pretty simple. Okay, so now I have a little bit of a van type of thing, or kind of SUV type. Okay, and the other thing I want to do with this one now, I'm going to my tab key, and I'm going to my go back here to, I just want to create a new color for the car. So I have one called car body. So I'm going to come here and new, and I'm going to call car 2 body, and I'm just going to put a different color there. And then and assign, Control L, and then car body, and I'll come here to car body 2, and then you assign the car body 2. Okay, so I'm going to delete the light, and I'm going to delete the camera. So I only have the car 1, and I'm just going to call this collection cars, and I'm going to put both of them inside. Okay, and then I'll save my file. My one's called car 2. Right, so it must be big, must be huge. I don't know. We're going to go to the other scene now, and then we're going to bring them in. So now I'm back in my scene here, and what I'm going to do, just going to resize those guys a little bit. Okay, I'm going to bring those cars in. So you might be thinking, I need to import. So no, we are going to import, when you import a FBX file and OBJ a car in a different format, but we save as a Blender file, so we're actually going to append. So this is how you bring 2 different Blender files together. So you go to append, and go there to where you saved your car, low poly car 2 for me, and then I will append, and it asks me, what do you want to append? So it's going to be a mesh. It's the mesh. Sorry, it's not the mesh object. And the car and car, well, it's car 1 and car 1. So just do that. I can rename. So see, they are huge. So never mind. So now we're going to just scale them both. Oops. Make sure you're scaling here and proportionally, and then press G, and we're going to see, press 1 so we can put them on the road, and rotate 90 degrees. So where are they? They're here. Okay. So then you can place them. G. Maybe I can make them slightly bigger. They're too small now, so I'll scale them both together. Yeah. A little bit more maybe. Okay. So I'm going to look at press 7. I can have an idea of the car size from the top. So G, move. Just put whatever you want to do. So, okay. So if I need to adjust, I will adjust. So make sure you add as well a couple of lines. You can use little rectangles here. I will do that as well.